Hi kids, today we're going to be talking about the Fertile Crescent. We're going to be talking about Mesopotamia. So I'm going to be introducing you to the third of the four major civilizations that we are going to discuss in social studies this year. Mesopotamia is a really awesome topic. The first thing we need to know is, where is Mesopotamia? Mesopotamia is located in Southwest Asia. It's actually located between two rivers. It is the name of a land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. Now, the reason we call it the Fertile Crescent is because when you draw a line from Mesopotamia all the way over to Egypt, it makes sort of this half moon type shape, which we know is a crescent. So Mesopotamia is known as the land between two rivers. This area gave rise to the first farming communities. They did in fact invent farming first, before the Chinese, before the Indus River Valley people. The Fertile Crescent was the place to be in the ancient world. Now, it was a challenging place to farm. Spring floods would wash away whole villages in years of heavy flooding. Most of the region beyond the rivers was all desert with no rain for months. So, as a matter of fact, these are the first people to discover the idea of fertile soil and the idea that you could gain food from the land. They invented new agricultural techniques such as irrigation, the plow that loosened the soil faster and allowed the farmer to prepare more land for planting. Now, when we talk about Mesopotamia, really we are talking about the land that existed in the Bible. And in fact, the entire Bible from 2000 BC in the time of Abraham all the way to Jesus took place in this Fertile Crescent, from Mesopotamia all the way up to the land of Canaan and then down into Egypt. But those lands were all built around water, and in between them existed desert. So in Mesopotamia, in between the Tigris and Euphrates, existed the emergence of the very first city-states that we've ever seen in the world. And that is due to the constant supply of food. We had cities such as Uruk, Ur, Lagash, Sippar, Nippur, and Babylon. And you may have heard of Babylon. Babylon was the famous city that existed that was so bad that Jesus and God wiped it off the face of the earth, which is what the Christians believe. So you may have heard of a city named Ur before, and I can show you later on in this class where those cities are. These are the emergence of the first city-states, which are made up of that city and then the surrounding area, the land, and the villages that it controls. Each city-state had its own government and laws, and their people worshiped their own gods that were special to that city. Now, we're not going to really get into the deities, the gods that these people had, but they did have literally thousands and thousands of gods. And that's why when Abraham came up with the idea that he was going to be monotheistic and not polytheistic, it was a really big deal, and he was told to leave Mesopotamia, and most specifically the city-state that he was living in, and he traveled through the desert to the land of Canaan, which was promised to him by God. They had technological advances. Two advances that made widespread trade possible were the wheel and the sail. So even before the Chinese, the wheel was invented in Mesopotamia. Most trade was done through barter, in which people exchanged goods directly without using money. We know this as being a traditional form of economy where we use barter. So Mesopotamia, really cool topic that we are going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks. Again, the Fertile Crescent existing, all the land between Mesopotamia and Egypt going up to Canaan, forming that half moon shape. Okay, easy enough. Thanks for listening.